So this is a new tire iron. I've used it on two tires now. When you get one, your blades are going to look like this. One side is for cutting. You'll see the reflection on the cutting blade edge. When you want to do grooves, you have to squeeze this together. You want the cutting edge forward. And then you just slide this in between the locking plates. And you set it for the depth that you want. I'm going to go about that deep. And you tighten the set screw. Now you can see roughly how deep I'm going to be cutting. A little bit over 1/8 of an inch, I assume. Now, next plug it in and let it warm up. While I'm waiting for it to warm up, I'll point a couple things out. This is called a tread block. And this line right in the middle of these, that's a sipe. And what's good about those is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a rock caught in this one. And so rocks get caught in these, which gives you better traction on ice and snowpack. And mud tires have very few of them. Snow tires are almost all sipes and grooves. So I'm going to be cutting some fresh sipes across all these centers like this for forward and reverse traction. And on the shoulders, I'm going to cut them at angles like this to help with the tire sliding sideways on the snowpack. I'm also going to cut grooves here on the tread blocks on the shoulder to give me, right now I have these 3 grooves to help with side-to-side sliding. And that'll give me 5 grooves to help with side-to-side sliding. But they're also going to be much narrower than this, so they may pick up little rocks also and catch onto the snow a little better. Alright, this is warm enough now that I can cut. So I'm just going to lay it down and push it through. Like that. And cutting the grooves before I do the siping so that these come out as 2 little pieces instead of like 6. It's easier to clean up. It does take some effort to push. I'm doing this inside because it's really cold outside. And if the tire was warmer, it would cut a little bit easier. I have to go all the way around cutting these grooves. Then I will flip the blade over to start doing my sipes. Blade's still not completely hot. Get a little bit easier as it gets a little hotter. So I'll come back to this video when I'm ready to switch the blade. You're going to want something like a cement block to set this on when you're not using it, because it is super hot. And I just found something in my tread while I was cutting. You can see my cut mark there. It looks like I got a screw. I'll dig that out with my screwdriver, but let's see what happens. It just looked like a screw. It was a rock that I kind of shattered. So, cleaned up all right. I'm not worried about these cuts going all the way, because you drive yourself crazy trying to get it to do that. you're better off just calling it good. Besides, as it wears down, it'll connect up eventually. But alright, I'm going to switch the blade now from cutting grooves to using the tips for cutting sipes. It's still super hot, so I'm going to be real careful with it. Just want to loosen up that screw. And then you want to grab it this way, so the cutting edge is towards my hand. And now I got to get this to go in there. Might be easier for me to do it like this to get it started. This is a different blade. It's cooled off, so I can touch it. I'll just stick it in there, tap it down until it's sticking out as far as you want. I would suggest, well, I didn't get it in there all the way. I'll back it out some more. I would suggest doing at least like 3 seconds. I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch. I'll tighten that down. And then we just start cutting. I'll cut straight across these ones. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to do these ones at an angle. A cement block is also helpful, because the tire will bump up against it, so that when you're pushing on it, you don't just start rolling the tire across the floor. So that's all there is to it.